It's 8 p.m. and here are our top stories. The wait's almost over for Avs fans. Lord Stanley's Cup has arrived in the Mile High.
The emotion is so raw, even just covering it, like you almost get like teared up.
The team greeted by a packed house at Ball Arena for Media Day as Denver puts the finishing touches on their preparations for Game 1.
You get to play in front of your home fans. It's incredible. They've been so good all playoffs.
We're getting you prepared for everything you need to know before the puck drops.
We want the cup! We want the cup!
Go Avs, baby!
Whether you're watching from the stands or one of the watch parties, we have the best ways to save on ride shares.
Try to avoid major event zones for pickups. If you're leaving the Stanley Cup, walk away first.
Plus, RTD readies for a surge of hockey fans, and transit police are working to keep riders safe.
Violent crime has gone up dramatically, especially in Denver itself.
Their plan to protect commuters and game goers before the players take the ice.
Good evening. Thanks for watching Denver 7 News on Local 3 tonight. I'm Shannon Ogden.
I'm Danny New. The Avs are rested, the fans are ready, and we are less than 24 hours away from puck drop.
And Denver 7 is your home for everything throughout the Stanley Cup Finals. The 2022 Stanley Cup banner officially flying outside Ball Arena. Today was Media Day, where head coach Jared Bednar and the Avs players had a chance to share their excitement heading into the series.
Throughout the playoffs, our building has been unbelievable. It's been one of the loudest, if not the loudest.
My kids have been really excited. They're really looking forward to it. They've made a lot of friends around Denver, and their friends seem to be excited, and definitely the parents have been, very supportive and excited as well. So it's been great in the community.
It's amazing. I like the walk a lot, and when I walk outside, everybody. I feel like everybody know me. They wish luck for the team. So it feels nice. I never think it can be big.
So Avs fans are making their plans to watch either in person or at one of the official watch parties.
Getting around downtown Denver will likely be a process tomorrow, and there are several security measures in place you should probably know about. Thankfully, Rob Harris is live out at Ball Arena to tell us what we should know ahead of the game. Rob, how can you help us?
Yeah, Danny, a lot to get to, so we're going to try and split it into two parts and tackle as much as we can. We'll start with those of you who are lucky enough to be getting to come to Ball Arena and see Game 1 in person tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of people downtown, a lot of cars, and people to battle parking. If you're planning to bypass that by doing a rideshare like an Uber or a Lyft, it's probably a good idea, but you should know, though, the normal drop-off for those rideshares here on Chopper Circle is going to be blocked off. So you're going to want to be dropped off by that Uber or Lyft on Spear and then walk to the entrance of Ball Arena. Let's talk about what you should not bring tomorrow. No weapons of any kind, no outside food or drink, and no bags larger than 10 by 6 by 4 inches, with a few exceptions for diaper bags, but even those have to be pretty small. We'll put the details online. But let's talk about what you absolutely must bring. You got to bring your top-notch excitement to cheer on the Avs.
I think it will be great for people, from all over the state, country, age groups, geriatrics, pediatrics. Everyone's coming in and just having fun.
Go Avs, baby! Yeah, if you weren't able to score tickets into Ball Arena, there's a free watch party at Tivoli just a couple blocks away. The prohibited items are more or less the same as Ball Arena. They're expecting a lot of people to show up there too, so plan ahead, get there early. If you're taking an Uber or Lyft to that watch party, you should know that kind of like with Ball Arena, they're going to be blocked off streets. So your best bet is going to be dropped off at 7th and Auraria Parkway and then walk to the Tivoli Quad. Danny?
Thank you, Rob. And we got a lot more for you guys. So if you're going to Ball Arena to watch Wednesday's game or perhaps the neighboring watch parties like we were talking about, here's some other things to be aware of. First off, to help with all the extra people likely taking the rail Wednesday, RTD will add an additional train car to its lines. They are also working with its contractors to ensure staffing levels don't disrupt service reliability. And then as for Uber and Lyft, your best bet is to try and schedule your ride ahead of the game, or you'll probably face a surge price, not to mention a lot of traffic.
I don't know that it will be incredibly beneficial if the surge prices are occurring, but you're sitting on Spear for 2 hours to get one light.
And another tip for the rideshare services, probably as Rob was talking about, try walking away from the busy areas before booking your ride. That can save you a lot of money. And most of all, this will altogether probably require a lot of patience. But but it should be worth it.
And whether you're heading to a bar or watching from home, Denver 7 is your home for the Stanley Cup Finals. Game 1 and every other game will be right here on Denver 7. The puck drops at 6 o'clock. Full team coverage begins bright and early. And tomorrow, Brian Sanders will be anchoring our morning shows live at Ball Arena, along with reporters throughout the Metro. We'll also have full in-depth coverage throughout the day in our newscast. And then pregame kicks off at 5:30. The Denver 7 postgame show begins right after the game.
As you mentioned, a lot of game goers will be using RTD to get to Ball Arena tomorrow, while others who rely on it daily are making an urgent plea for safety enhancements to increase on RTD's bus, light rail, and commuter lines.
Denver 7 CB Cotton looking into that data that highlights the sorts of challenges riders face, and CB is in the newsroom tonight.
I first started looking into this after hearing from numerous RTD commuters who told me, quite frankly, they're scared when they ride on public transit. So to get a better understanding of what they were witnessing, I requested dispatch data from RTD Transit Police. I sorted that data, and here's what I found. In 2019, Transit Police were dispatched 42 times for calls about assaults. That number jumped to 139 in 2021. And in 2019, Transit Police responded 18 times for weapons offenses. Again, that number jumped to 87 in 2021. Today we talked to RTD's transit chief, and he says his division and the rest of the country are facing a spike in violent crime. But he says RTD and its partners are focused on proactive enforcement, and he says that's led to some good results.
Overall, violent crime has gone up dramatically throughout all the cities, especially in Denver itself. And you know, we've been really working great in partnership with Denver PD. They have been doing a lot of operations here at Denver Union Station, and I want to say in the last several months they've recovered, I think, about 19 or 20 firearms within the Denver Union Station area.
And there are several other steps RTD is taking to address concerns of some commuters. Coming up on Denver 7 News at 10, we'll hear more about that, and we'll also hear from a family that relies on public transit every day. In the newsroom, I'm CB Cotton for Denver 7 News on Local 3.
Thank you, CB. An update on a couple of major crashes we told you about on I-25 yesterday. 6 people were killed in northern Colorado. That first crash happened just east of Longmont. It involved 4 cars and a semi-truck. Police say the 26-year-old semi-truck driver rear-ended a Ford Edge, killing all 5 people inside, including a 3-month-old. All the victims were from Gillette, Wyoming. One other person in another vehicle was injured, and it is still unclear if the semi-truck driver will face charges. Now, the second crash happened just south of Firestone and involved a semi-truck and a motorcycle. The person on that motorcycle was killed. Police haven't yet said who was at fault.
Today is World Blood Donor Day, and people in Colorado really need your help. Blood donations are in short supply in our state and really across the country. But today, blood services provider Vitalant declared a critical blood shortage. In April and May, Vitalant says 3,000 fewer blood donations were collected in Colorado, 13,000 fewer nationwide. Vitalant says new donors and those who haven't given in a while are especially needed. And donors of all blood types are needed as well, but type O is needed most. Coming up on Denver 7 News at 8, voting left or swinging right. Experts say it's all in the family.
What we found is that a rational observer should really strongly consider the biases that a person has.
The political opinions of those around you can have a big influence on how you vote. We're digging deeper into why.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Dry and warmer tomorrow across Colorado. Some beautiful weather for the Avs game here in Denver. When we're back to the 90s, I'll have your forecast coming up.
They say dress for the job you want.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
The best goalie of all time.
One Avs superfan is getting geared up for the Stanley Cup Final, and the NHL is taking notice.